And whether you're dealing with the pain of past failures, whether you're dealing with new challenges in life, the fears that come with new heights and new levels, a huge part of your ability to adjust and move forward is going to be having the right perspective. You have to redefine the meaning of why you went through what you went through in life and change your perspective on it. Change the way that you perceive your failures and look for the opportunity and the lesson in every situation, whether it's good or bad. You have to rewrite the internal story. Whatever narrative or storyline that you scripted internally is going to be what navigates your life. So every new height and new level in life that you're trying to reach is going to require you to push the boundaries of those mental limitations. It's going to require you to change the narrative. It's going to require a broadening of perspective. You have to be the type of person that's willing to question everything that you've ever believed to be true. Otherwise, it's going to create a mental ceiling for you. Most people have one of a few narratives here. The first one is the survival narrative that's usually coming from the fears or the failures of the past that they internally project inward, and they also project these things into their future according to their history. So they usually end up avoiding or rejecting the very thing that they're actually praying to God to push them into because they're afraid if they fail at it, that their life is going to be over. This narrative says, well, if I try this and I fail, my life is going to be over. I'm going to die. I'm going to go crawl under a rock somewhere and hide from the entire world, just like Elijah had initially thought. Now, the second narrative is the adaptive narrative, which is the one that you want to start to push yourself into, which says, hey, I'm just going to show up every day and I'm going to do the work and I'm going to learn as I go. I can adapt and I can adjust as I go. I don't have to be perfect just to start. I don't have to get everything right the first time just to start the work. And if I make mistakes, hey, mistakes are a great thing because without them, you don't actually learn anything. Understand something. There is no successful person on this planet that ever learned anything by getting everything right the first time around. See, one of the biggest problems that people have is they're comparing themselves to somebody who's been in the game for 20 years. You're comparing their 20 years of experience to your maybe 1 to 2 years of experience. So you're looking at where they're at now and all of their success, and you're looking at where you're at now and you're thinking, oh my gosh, how am I ever going to get there? But if you actually research their stories and their testimonies, many of them have gone through more failures in life than you have. All right, so their 20 years of experience was trial and error, failing and trying again, failing and trying again, over and over and over again, failing and getting laughed at and mocked in front of the entire world while still getting up the next day and trying again, no matter how stupid they looked. And they did it again and again and again until they eventually became successful. Then number 3, you have the narrative that turns the creativity, that enhances the vision and creates mental resilience. In this situation, the challenges that you're facing are painful, all right, but you have to get used to being uncomfortable. Practice putting yourself in uncomfortable situations. You're going to have times where you feel like, I don't like this. I don't like how it feels, but understand that's the point. It has to hurt for it to grow. Challenges that hurt are the challenges that stretch your capacity, that push your boundaries, that expand your skill set and cultivate your potential to shape a new version of you. Listen, the storyline and the perspective that you get from all of these different experiences is going to determine your energy and your trajectory moving forward. So listen, on the days that you feel incompetent, incapable, and don't feel like putting in the work, change the way that you perceive what you are going through and get up and worship God anyways. Be grateful that you get to do what you're doing, that you get to endure the pain that you're enduring, because it is a privilege to suffer for this. It is a privilege to suffer for His kingdom. It is a privilege to have the calling that you have, and understand the greater the pain that you endure along the journey, the greater the glory that you are going to be able to partake in, depending on how you take it and how you perceive it. Listen, be grateful for the journey that you are on, because how can you desire His power without first being willing to endure the pain that produces it? Start showing God gratitude in moments like this, and start decreeing and declaring out loud the vision that He has for you, so that you can start to re-strengthen and shift your emotional state back toward execution and focus your energy on the right things. So if you really look at all the great leaders in history, none of them felt good or felt competent all of the time. And if they did, they're lying to you. They all had days where they felt incompetent and incapable. But the difference was they had the mindset of, hey, well, I'm going to show up anyways, and whatever happens, happens. So I failed. Well, at least I tried. But guess what? I didn't die. I'm still alive. So when you realize after all that you went through that you did not die, that should trigger something within you that says, hey, nothing can really stop me. I'm unkillable, which means there are really no limitations. And one last reminder is that on days when you feel incompetent or incapable, that's actually the first sign that you're dreaming of something bigger than yourself. That's actually the first sign that you're dreaming of something bigger than what most people can understand or even comprehend. So people are laughing at you, they're persecuting you. That's because you're dreaming of something bigger than what they believe for their own lives. So listen, understand that a lot of people do not feel the weight and the pressure that you feel, not because they are more competent than you, but because they were not called to something as big as what you were called to. I love y'all and God bless. Come on, let's get it.